step, he replaced the boxing gloves with lightning bolts. There's the painting that he did, and you'll see.
That's a squadron commander. At that time, he was the first lieutenant, but he became a squadron commander, eventually a two-star general. That's at Mitchell Field.
And then this is a universal call sign. It goes back a ways. And then here's a color shot of his P-47. He has some really nice 4x5 transparencies. Unfortunately, my scanner just couldn't handle them, but I'll try to get to them later. These are all when they're painting up in Mitchell Field. That's Resident Hero. P-47, Razorback. I tried to find as many of these as I could because I know they're partial to Dave Ansovich. I know he's doing P-47 Razorback, and then I think there's a couple P-40 guys maybe. So there's a lot of shots of those a little bit later.
Those are all B's and C's earlier.
Now,
that particular individual was my roommate. We were doing some tests that Republic should have been doing, but didn't. And it was Sunday morning, real cold, about 10 degrees. And he was doing an engine run of 25,000. I was doing one of 35, and his airplane caught fire. And he was over Hempstead, New York. And he said, I'm going to fly out to Jones Beach and have the airplane out to sea. So when it crashes, it won't crash in a built-up area. So that's what he did. What he didn't know was that there was an offshore freeze. And it blew him out into the ocean. He died in Iceland.
and then notice the writing on the propeller. You'll see that a little bit later. I scanned these all in as TIFF images, and then I brought some copies if anybody wants some. The average TIFF file is about 60 to 70 megs, so they're huge. I saved a lot of them as JPEGs, which are smaller, like 50K or whatever, and that's what's in here. But you can actually go in here, and you'll see some of the shots where I cut out an airplane and zoomed up on a part of it. That's the level of detail that's still in these old black and white photographs. I was really amazed. David's favorite shot. That's one I cut out of one of the previous ones. You can recognize the guy's face on a computer screen. You can zoom all the way down to the guy's face. Amazing. This is that other shot where you see that lower wing down there. I just went, grabbed that, zoomed that up. Now, this is a trivia question. What was the first airplane to break the speed of sound? Huh?
X1.
Nope. P-47.
A lot of people say yes, and a lot of people say no. That it's impossible. But stop and think about it. You can make a barn go supersonic if you get high enough. So that's a bunch of drop, you know. If they started up at 42,000 feet to 45,000 feet like some of us did, they know that it could be done.
This is a cutout from the Sunday section of 1943 of Ripley's Believe It or Not. It's kind of interesting. Just old Kodachrome film. That's actually autograph, but you know. P-36. This is I just thought was a really interesting paint scheme, so that's why I threw that one in there.
That's the forerunner of the P-40.
Another flight line of P-47s. Again, Kodachrome, autograph, probably 50 years later. Yeah, he did mention they were training at this place, so there's a few training photographs here.
That's what happens when you can't see what's in front of you. I don't know who that was, but it wasn't me.
That's a P-47 caught on fire after it hit the ground somewhere. I mean, can you imagine that thing landing in your backyard?
Yeah, that pilot didn't.
Yep, and again, I mean, it's just got to be just like you're sitting in a train locomotive, you know, an old steam locomotive. It's just whatever's in front, you can't see. This one, you can still see the shine on the red paint. Like I said, I was just amazed at the level of detail still in these photographs.
That one there, I think, was the one that went through the brick armament building out at the edge of the field.
Another plane got rolled up on. This one here, you'll notice the P-47s have fabric tails. You can imagine that. And then here's the 89th Fighter Squadron. So then this is when he went into Burma. Actually, this is still over stateside, I guess, and then they weren't Burma Banshees yet. So he's fussing at me about that title. He never did give me the exact date, so that's why that's on there.
Well, that's a big deal.
Yeah. This is their squadron insignia. And this one is a black and white photograph that's been colorized, and that's Lulabelle. Was that one or two? Lulabelle 2. Again,
What
it's
model P40 was that? Is that a C? P40C?
No, it was that particular one. I forgot. Was that? I don't remember if that was the first one or the second one. The first one was the N1, the second was the N5.
There's a shot of the hump. Actually, that's not even a hump yet, is it?
Well, that's the foothills. That's the foothills. They go up later to 23 Valley. And I've got a picture in the hump area book that shows you what the hump looks like from above.
This one's kind of cool. I can't reach it up there, but you can see the one with 3 confirms and then 3 partials. That's Dad's line. Ooh. There's a lineup of the P40s. Wish I knew how to go back.
Page up.
Page up. There we go. All right.
One thing I might point out about this, if you look, you'll see a funny looking belt around some of the people there. Looks like it's wide. That's a money belt. We carried money in those to the trade. That was one thing we had. Another thing we had was a bar of opium about that long, about that thick, about that wide. We carried that with us all the time in trade materials to try to get us back to get stuff in.
That's a good shot there. If you feed on the very far right-hand side, down at the bottom there, it says you can read the no step on the computer screen. You can read the I don't know if that's the tachometer or the whatever, one of the dials. I was really, again, just amazed at the amount of detail. Now this is an old trick that they used to do with this jerry can full of what, aviation fuel? 100 octane. So I guess, well,
I'll tell you what we used to do for fun, you know. It was cold around there sometimes, and it was nice to have a little fire, so we would take that's the ammo can there, we fill it up with 100 octane, set a nice chair next to it, you know, and then we put a ring of 100 octane, put it around the thing, and some guy would come in, you know, and it's all set, you're going to sit down there and enjoy that. We like that.
Funny bunch.
They had a problem with crates and cobras and stuff getting in the sleeping, bags and stuff like that. So I guess another, what was it, wet ropes used to
Wet rope.
The wet rope in the bottom of the sleeping bag.
We used to have a sleep in the sleeping bag. You have to get everything out of there with and tuck the mosquito net in. And then you slide down inside this sleeping bag. Well, we put a wet rope clear down at the bottom. Now, you know what, you can think, I know that's a wet rope. It doesn't matter. And of course, for this time, Generator's gone out, it's dark.
All right, and then this is Lulabelle 1. He had what?
That's
two?
the M1.
Yeah, he had 2 Lulabelles and then 1 P-47,
Yeah.
and that's pretty accurate. The guy, except he got a typo with Dad's name, but other than that. That's that same shot we were looking at earlier that was colorized.
That's the M5.
Yeah, that's Lulabelle 2. No, is that 1 or 2?
That's 2.
That's 2, okay. You see on the wheel well there, it's a rising sun with an 8 ball. And so that was just kind of interesting little detail if you're doing a P40. And then this is Lulabelle.
That's Lulabelle 1 there, the M1.
And then this one is that, remember that buzzard logo? Actually, and he's got that on the wheel well, and then he's got bombs on it instead of boxing gloves.
As far as I know, that's the only P40 during World War II that had black wall tires on the main wheels in the field.
As you'll see a little bit later on, he's a car buff too, so. It's one of those little known facts. You've probably seen the only P40 in World War II with white walls. Yeah. And then this is what the group.
That's the group commander's plane, has the red, white, blue spinner on it. On
So you
the,
compare that
on
to
top.
just another shot of someone else's plane. This is the attack that he was talking about. We went up against 64 enemy airplanes. I pulled this off. There's a website. Somebody did a painting of that scene. Marie Chernev, and that's the painting. And then these are, I think, are all of these from that engagement?
That's the first intercept there where was after the bombers. That's a zero, and you can see up on the front, you can just barely make it out. There's fire coming out of the engine compartment up there. And that's the other one where the gears started to drop. That's the one that I followed down and crashed in the woods. And that's the bomber that, with the left engine, showing a little fire coming out of it.
That looks like that one of the wheel drop again.
Yeah, I think it is.
He's got, I think, 2 other shots. I couldn't find enough time for this thing to scan them. And then this is interesting. This is a 10th Air Force HQ official photograph, and then they put Lieutenant Adair, who challenged 64 Japs on it. And then it's amazing. It's a lot of fun. If you have this image on a computer, you can go back and read that back wall, all the pinups on it, and notes and stuff that they have up on there. There he is getting a silver star. This one here, where's your pointer?
Here it is, right
Oh, there it is, Dad. Right there.
Oh, yeah.
What was that, an ammo dump you guys were
might be able
hitting?
to see right there, there was a gap troop concentration in there, and they had the supplies stashed in there.